I would really want to go to LeBlanc someday. Hey everyone, welcome back to more Persona 5 Royal. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we found out that we have to act like a normal student. And this time, we're gonna act like a normal student. But first, we are going to go and surprisingly hang out with Mishima, of all people.
Take your
Nope,
time.
that's the wrong one. Hello, Mishima.
Hey.
This should be his level 10. Yes, sirree.
Let's go. You know, I've been thinking about what Akiyama-kun said to me. How I've changed. For some reason, I couldn't bring myself to run away back when I saved him. So, I was thinking why that may have been. Honestly, I was pretty desperate at the time, so I don't remember much. But in the back of my head, I was thinking what you would do in that situation. I mean, you put yourself on the line to stop Kamoshida, and probably other villains too. So, I thought there had to be something I could do myself. Who wouldn't be? Fear is the real final boss. You know, I've always wanted to change. I wanted to go from the dull nobody everyone messes with to the famous world-renowned hero. But you helped me realize something important. Heroes aren't heroes because they're famous. It's because they fight for other people. Looking back on it, what I really wanted to change was the weak me. The me on the volleyball team who let wrongdoing go unpunished, even though I knew it was unjust. The cowardly me who looked the other way when people I knew were in need of help. Tell me the truth. I only changed because you stole my heart, right? You didn't? I could have sworn the Phantom Thieves made me have a change of heart. Is that so? Huh. No. You know what? You really did change my heart. All this time, I've been looking up to the Phantom Thieves, pretending to be a collaborator. And now, I'm finally able to stop pretending. Truth be told, I had given up. I accepted that I was a zero, that my existence was meaningless. But I've learned. I may not be able to change the world, but I can change myself. Whether I sulk about my inability to do anything, or hold my head high and look to the future, my perception shapes the boundaries of my world. It all comes down to what's inside my heart. I might still mess up every so often, but as long as you're here, I'll be able to stand up again. So, I may not be the best person around, but you can feel free to rely on me at least sometimes. And no matter what the world says, I'll be rooting for you, just like you were for me.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of the moon, granting thee infinite power.
And with that, we get Salvation Wish, which allows backup members to earn the same XP as current party members. It's fine. Not a fantastic ability, but sure.
Right. You know what? I'm going to find you an awesome request. That's all I can really do for you right now. But I'm working on that documentary too. I even plan on making it into a book someday. I bet anyone who reads about the Phantom Thieves would find the hidden courage within themselves. Maybe that means I can use that book to change people's hearts. All right, I'm on it. Oh, but before that, I'm hungry. Come on, let's grab a bite to eat on the way home. Maybe a buffet? Wait, no, we should save that for after I get all my book royalties. You better be looking forward to it.
I do like that. I think out of the stories, that's one of the better Confidant stories, in my opinion. They still haven't caught the Phantom Thieves? I don't care how they do it, just throw them in the slammer already. It's they scary to have murderers on the loose. I wonder what kind of people the culprits are. They're murderers. Don't get me into this justice crap. Can I bother you for a moment? Now that the funeral is over, it feels like a small burden has been lifted off my shoulders. I am. I actually feel bad having everyone worry about me. How about you? Are you doing okay? You sure are strong. I'll come back, don't worry. I think I'll be able to rejoin everyone around when exams end. I'll see you.
Haru. She's the one who should be in pain right now. Yet she's still trying to cheer us up.
Yeah, because Haru's awesome and we don't deserve her.
Well then.
Let's talk about the moon. The moon persona. In the upright position represents illusion, intuition, uncertainty, confusion, complexity, secrets, and unconscious. Like the unconscious. Not like being unconscious. Well, reversed, it is fear, deception, anxiety, misunderstanding, and misinterpretation. The moon arcana is all about the multitude of possibilities. With the moon, life is so unclear, but there's always something that can be seen, some way to always move on. The path may not be clear, but it exists. It's a hidden thing. You can't always be seeing. All you can see is doubts and uncertainty, but with the moon's light, you can trust your gut, trust your intuition in your path toward the end. But there's always that possibility of what if? What if that path is wrought with danger? What if I stumble? What if my intuitions are wrong? And all of these permeate the mind. All these sink their teeth into your psyche until everything is made clear. Mishima is very much someone who is afraid. He fears being a nobody. He fears being forgotten. He fears having to confront people. He's a very scared person, and that blocks what he needs to do. He doesn't know what he needs to do, and his path is haunted by his own selfish, base-level desires, rather than what truly helps him. But then you confront him in Mementos. He makes the change for himself, though. You don't change his heart. Where am I at in my notes? In the end, he follows his own intuition and begins to make his own path. He creates that. He's finally brave enough to take that step. That meek student who got bullied by Kamoshida eventually turns around and protects another person who bullied him for so long from legitimately dangerous people with a very risky and dangerous bluff. Mishima was scared of walking the path towards being someone, and he was scared to push forward, but finally, through his own volition, he begins to step on that path and become confident with who he is. Again, of the storylines, I think that's actually one of the better ones, just because you actually get to confront him in Mementos, which is just such a unique thing. Yeah, you don't directly do his change of heart, but also, like, you don't really need to. It helps the story out that you don't actually do that. Next up will be Makoto, I guess. And I also just have to grab notes because we'll be taking care of exams. So let me just grab my Makoto notes. Should still have our priestess with us.
Oh.
Actually. Uh-oh, wait a minute.
Let's do this.
I haven't written my notes yet. Okay. Give me a moment to write my notes, because I forgot. Yeah, I think I definitely meant to write the notes between the last episode and this one, and I totally forgot.
Thank goodness. So, I finally made up with Eiko. I think she knew it deep within her heart. And seeing him like that finally helped her realize. You're still not gonna let me forget that, hmm? Well, I'm glad she didn't get into any danger. Oh, and she told me she quit her job. Right now, she doesn't know what she wants to do, but she's going to go to college and figure things out. So in the end, Eiko's going to start seriously focusing on her studies again. I plan on doing the same as well. It's for nobody but myself. This time, I'm not seeking anyone's praise, and I'm not trying to show off my intelligence. I simply want to fulfill my own personal goals and dreams. Before now, I didn't have a clear vision of what that meant. I was lost in life. But thanks to you, I finally come to realize it. My dream is to become a police commissioner. That is why I need to study. Yes, the head of police operations. It will require me to have an extensive academic background. There are too many incidents in this country that are never brought to light. That host was one. Villains who prey on the hearts of the weak with cowardly, legally questionable methods. My father risked his life trying to catch a group of those people. I will never forgive them. But I won't be able to eradicate them all on my own. Instead, I want to head an organization that will destroy the lawless and help rescue victims. I hope so. That is the justice I aim for. I also believe it will be a continuation of my father's legacy. Honestly, it's a little strange that I found the true meaning of my studies outside of my studies. I think now I'll be able to see the world even more differently. Thank you for all your help. It must have been difficult babysitting the uptight Miss President, right? Even so, I'm glad I asked you. I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened the ultimate secret of the priestess, granting thee infinite power.
All right. All right. All right.
By the way, you can rely on me when you need it. I won't go easy on you if you hold back. Now then, in order to fulfill my dream, I'll need to be accepted into my first choice college. What a funny thought. Studying to become a head of police while working as a thief. But perhaps it's not as contradictory as it seems. The objective is the same. Exposing the evil lurking in the dark shadows. Oh, that's right. And thanks for helping me. I'll gladly assist you with your studies as well. You had best be ready. Let's go home.
And so we got a knot. Let me actually... I keep doing this where I have the notes on the Confidant before the persona. A knot is a early Middle Eastern goddess. She is, quote, the Queen of Heaven, Lady of Love and War, and she has dominion over love, sex, war, battle, fertility, maternity, and death. She's incredibly violent. Like, super violent. Like, she literally killed Death in one story, probably with his own scythe. She's considered to be a bodyguard of Pharaohs. She was initially, early Middle Eastern, she was taken by a lot of those, Syrians, Canaanites eventually was incorporated into Egyptian mythology. She's, despite being, super violent, incredibly violent, she's very protective of the ones that she loves, which is, that whole literally kill Death thing. That was after Death decided to fuck with her brother, so she literally killed him, again, with his own scythe. There's nothing that stands in her way, and again, I really need to emphasize how she is super violent. Like, ludicrously violent. And so, I'm trying to think of, right, the Encyclopedia of Spirits, which again, main source that I use, Jukalis, very, very neat, bro, has a lot of stuff in it. It mentions, like, she kills on her right and she slays on her left. Really, really murder happy.
You're back.
This isn't much of an update, but I think I'm gonna start going back to school starting tomorrow. I'm sorry for worrying you all until now. Really okay though? You don't have to push yourself too hard in this time of grief. No, I actually need to push myself. Mind always wanders if I have nothing to do. Yeah, I totally get you. Besides, there's nothing I can do while I'm at home. I don't know how to put it, but try not to think about that stuff too much. Yeah, you come to us for anything. To be completely honest, when I ended up alone, I did doubt you all a tiny bit. It's so horrible for me to doubt you. I mean, I'm the one who asked you all to do this. Your father just passed away, Haru. It's natural to feel a flood of emotions at such events. Yeah, it's really hard when you lose someone like that, but I'm okay now. You've all helped me out so much. Right back at you. Thank you. Those words are truly reassuring. Well then, I'll see all of you at school.
Haru. I'm not surprised she seems down. You should keep her in your thoughts. Still, despite how she looks, Haru has quite the backbone. I'm sure she'll be okay.
I always have Haru in my thoughts. Makoto, being the High Priestess, the upright for High Priestess, is about the unconscious, intuition, mystery, spirituality, higher power, and the inner voice, while reversed it is repressed intuition, hidden motives, superficiality, confusion, and cognitive dissonance. The High Priestess Arcana is all about inner knowledge. It's trusting your gut rather than your mind. People often trust only what they know, the sense of knowledge rather than feeling, and that can end up blocking the way towards true success. When upright, the priestess calls for reflection by trusting your instincts and letting your mind, your logical brain, take a back seat. When reversed, it's doubts as that intuition. You're so used to listening to your brain that your gut ends up falling silent and you ignore it. The logical mind can always be wrong, and the heart, the intuition that people have, could be correct. You just need to trust that intuition. And Makoto is very much someone who trusts her logical mind. She's grown up as the perfect student, having a smart brain and a logical deduction ability, and, being with a bunch of logical people growing up in her life. It's even shown in her confidant abilities, with her being able to help you see things that you know and just make that more convenient for you. But she trusts that too much. She doesn't really know how to interact with people, and that's something that the logical brain just can't do. While personally I don't like Eiko as a character, it shows off what Makoto's lacking. Logic would dictate that people so different as between those two wouldn't be able to bond, but Makoto and Eiko become good friends over the course of the time throughout the Confidant. Her intuition takes control when it comes to protecting her friend, and even though she has no evidence to Tsukasa's douchebaggery, she knows deep down that it's there. Throughout the entire Confidant, and even through her entire purpose in the story, Makoto is throwing the logic away simply to do what's right, and as she says in her rank 10, she finds the reason for her studies outside of her studies. So yeah, pretty simple stuff there. And literally all we can do is hang out with EY. So, we'll hang out with EY next time, because I don't know how long this video is right now. But yeah. So, until then, see you guys later.